morning, GMS. I'm Brooklyn.
And I'm Sophie.
Let's get started with the news.
The Greenwood Robotics team is hosting a Dine to Donate at Zaxby's tomorrow, Tuesday, November 28th. Want to help the Greenwood Robotics team? Get some chicken from Zaxby's tomorrow.
We would like to take a moment to thank New York Times bestselling author Margaret Peterson Haddix for visiting GMS. We appreciate your time and sharing your stories and advice with us all.
Winter break is coming up on December 21st through January 2nd. Students, please be safe and remember to be kind to your friends and family this holiday season.
GMS students, thank you for all of your donations to the Indy Honor Flight. Our school has raised enough money to send one veteran to Washington, D.C. to see the monuments built in their honor. Thanks again, GMS.
Now it's time to head over to the interview of the week.
This week we are featuring author Margaret Peterson Haddix. Take it away, Leo.
Good morning, GMS. I am Leo here with our interview of the week, an award-winning author, Margaret Peterson Haddix. How are you doing today?
I am doing well. How are you doing?
Good. Would you like to start off by telling us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I grew up in Ohio. I grew up on a farm and went to college in Ohio, but then pretty much as soon as I got educated, I moved to Indiana. Mm-hmm. It's what you do, right?
Yeah.
So I worked very briefly in Fort Wayne and then worked for 4 or 5 years in Indianapolis as a newspaper reporter. I had always wanted to write books too, so I ended up doing that on the side. Eventually got books published, and now I've had 50 books.
That's very interesting. What inspired you to be an author?
I just loved books so much. When I was a kid, I loved to read them, and as soon as I realized that real-life people got to be the ones writing them, I thought, that is what I want to do.
That's really nice. If you were not an author, what would you like to do?
Well, I would probably do one of the jobs that I did before I started writing books, that I did work for a while as a newspaper reporter, which was really fun because I got to interview all sorts of different people. I got to ask really nosy questions. Maybe you can relate that that's really fun sometimes.
Yes.
And I also taught for a while. That was really fun as well. And it's funny, I just came from talking to the 8th graders and 5th graders, and somebody asked me about had I ever been a librarian, and I was thinking that would have been a really fun job too, so maybe that would be something that I would do.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Who are some of your favorite authors you would enjoy reading?
Oh, so many authors that I really love and admire their work. I love Ruta Sepetys. I love Christina Sonternvat. I love Carlos Hernandez. Let's see, who else? Jonathan Stroud, Rebecca Steed. I could just go on and on and on. Kelly Yang. I'm thinking of many, many, many more authors that write for kids that are just amazing authors.
That's nice. What advice would you give students that might want to be an author like you?
Yeah, I would say to read a lot, because the more you read, the better you become as a writer. It's kind of like cheating, how much it helps, because you don't really, reading is just fun. You're just reading for fun, and then you're getting better as a writer. That's a great way that it works. I would say start writing now. Anything that you write helps you become a better writer. It's just like getting more practice. Keep writing poetry is great. Keeping a journal is a great thing to do. And the final thing I would say is to make sure you have time enough to think, because the better you are at thinking, the better you are at writing.
Yes, that's right. Thank you for spending your day with us here at GMS, Miss Haddix. We have really enjoyed your visit. Have a great week, GMS. Now let's get back to the studio.
Thank you. Thanks, Leo. Good job.
Hello, welcome to Trending and Entertainment News,
where we share weird stories and all things entertainment. I'm Dexter.
And I'm Trent. Let's begin.
According to today's good news, Taylor Swift donates to food banks on Eras Tour route in hopes of catching Swift's attention. When she performed in nearby Arlington, the Tarrant area food banks launched an Instagram campaign temporarily changing their name to Taylor Area Food Bank. It put so many of our working families back over the edge.
Taylor Swift responded with a very generous donation that will impact thousands of families, and other local families respond with donations as well. Taylor Swift is absolutely spectacular for a social change. When Taylor donates, people follow.
In entertainment news, here are some upcoming video game releases this week. SteamWorld Build coming to Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, and PC on December 1st. Batman Arkham Trilogy coming to Nintendo Switch December 1st. Dragon Quest Monsters: The Dark Prince coming to Nintendo Switch on December 1st.
In movies released this week, Jess and Bill Walker are doing their best to keep their family connected. As their children grow older, more independent, and more distant, then a chance encounter with an astrological reader causes the family to wake up to a full-body Switch on the morning of the most important day of their life. Family Switch releases on November 30th. That's all for Top Trending.
Now let's go to Giggle Time.
What did the little corn say to the mama corn?
Where's popcorn?
Knock, knock. Who's there? Broken pencil. Broken pencil who? Forget it. It's pointless.
What did the sweet potato say to the mashed potato? I am what I am.
I wrote a song about tortillas, but it's more of a rap.
Why does cows have bells? Because their horns don't walk.
Why do reindeer like Beyonce so much? Because she slays.
How does Moses make his coffee? He brews it.
Good morning, GMS. Welcome to GMS Sports. Now let's get this week's home events for the week of November 27th.
8th grade boys basketball versus Plainfield Community starting at 5:30 on Thursday, November 30th.
That's all for GMS Sports. Now let's check out a video from Common Sense.
When I go online, I see hate speech everywhere.
Usually it's about race or religion.
And I've seen this all in social media, Facebook, YouTube.
I've definitely seen hate speech in comment sections, basically every single platform.
There's always that one racist or sexist comment that's always going to be there.
I don't think you have to go very far to find it.
I don't have a need to go digging for it.
It's everywhere.
I define hate speech as anything that's threatening or meant to hurt somebody else.
Anything you say or do that is like kind of like attacking any part of someone, whether it's like what they look like, their beliefs.
I'm not sure of like the exact definition of hate speech.
Any way you use your words to oppress or harm somebody else, it doesn't necessarily have to be a derogatory term or a slur. It could just be words that we use in our everyday sentences.
The meaning of it has become really vague, or at least really wide.
Someone is no longer just being offensive when what they're saying is marginalizing or hurting a whole community of people. For example, their religion, their race. If that's what you're going for, that's no longer just you being mean. That's hate speech.
I have definitely encountered hate speech online. I found it a lot more on social media than I have in real life.
I see it in maybe comments on YouTube videos or tweets on Twitter.
Twitter has a huge amount of hate speech. It's such an open platform for people to just type down what they think and send it off.
I definitely think YouTube is one of the places where you most see racist or like sexist comments.
I've noticed it mostly on social media platforms like Instagram and YouTube through jokes.
I tend to see it on memes or funny posts or meant to be funny posts.
And I think it's that those type of people that they'll say it over social media, but they won't say it in person because they're too afraid and they don't want to own up to having that kind of ideology.
I don't think it's a joke to me. If it's racist, then they post it to be racist because that's what they're thinking about.
Some close friends of mine from middle school actually created a private Instagram account and they used it to post racist, ableist, sexist, xenophobic pictures.
Last year, someone created an extremely anti-Semitic Instagram account and it was always so personal and so targeted. And I wish that I could say that was the last time that something like that had happened at our school, but it isn't.
It made me kind of question my place and like where I belong in this school, because it's supposed to be our sanctuary space, and students within this very building in the same classrooms as me are posting photos that dehumanize me. It was hurtful.
I think that people are posting hate speech online because, for the first part, it's easier for people to talk through a screen.
It's almost like a sheet in front of you where you can cover your face, but sound still goes through. So people can say whatever they want and kind of get away with it.
I do think that xenophobia is one factor to why people use hate speech.
Part of it is just to get a reaction, or part of it is just to get attention.
The people who put these types of posts on media, they seem to be going through something themselves.
It's maybe because of their past, or they've been hurt before and they want to hurt others to make them feel better about themselves.
I've never seen someone post hate speech being a friendly person who is just trying to say their opinion. I think the hate speech is like put out there just to target a certain group.
It's such a large platform that so many people could see that it's really easy to get your message across, and people are going to read it because it's on social media.
So when I see something on my timeline, I go out of my way to report it. I go out of my way to stop that because I know somebody else isn't going to take it the same way that I do.
How you feel like when somebody's talking like some negative things about you, that it hurts like your feelings.
Yeah, I feel a sort of social responsibility. We all should be lifting each other up rather than putting each other down.
When I see some people posting racist things online, I just don't do nothing about it because I feel like I ask myself, what can I do to stop this?
I can't really do anything about it. Kind of just have to ignore it.
It's really hurtful to the other person. I don't think they realize it. It really demoralizes them and lowers their self-esteem.
I would report hate speech when I see it.
When we see these posts on our timelines or on our Instagrams and our feeds, Twitter, Snapchat, even group chats, we feel the need to speak out. And when we speak out, we give those people who hurt us that attention that they always craved.
I feel like if you don't have anything good to say, don't say it.
Everyone always argues with these people, and I do too. But
I think people are free to express what they have to say, but I don't think it should be at the cost of putting somebody else down.
Good morning, GMS. Welcome to weather. I'm Raina, and here is the forecast for this week. On Monday, we're going to have a high of 33 and a low of 25, and it's going to be partly cloudy throughout the day. On Tuesday, it's getting a bit chillier with partly cloudy also throughout the day, with a high of 29 and a low of 18. On Wednesday, it's going to start warming up a little bit with clear conditions throughout the whole day, with a high of 45 and a low of 20. And for Thursday, partly cloudy throughout the day with late afternoon rain, with a high of 48 and a low of 30. On Friday, it's probably also going to rain. It's going to be a high of 46 and a low of 38. That's all, GMS.